in, we'll be able to get sense.
Oh no, he's disappointed. He wanted the whole world.
So you will drop me to start or?
Sure, if you're ready, you can start, Vinod. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. So in this short learning video, I would like to take you through the iPACT presentation framework from Bumblebee Academy. The iPACT presentation framework is a simple, powerful, and effective tool to construct your presentation. It consists of 4 words as given in the acronym iPACT besides the I. So the intention is to take you through quickly through each one of these components and see how they can be used to make your presentations engaging. The first part of the framework is I, which stands for the presenter himself, the the presenter's personality, his voice, his body language, and his special content that he brings into his presentation. So that is the I part of the presentation, where the presenter showcases himself and makes himself appealing to the listeners. So that's the first part. The second part of the framework is P, which stands for the purpose. The purpose is what drives the rest of the presentation. P stands for purpose or the objective. The purpose determines the content of the presentation, as we will see later on. So it's extremely important to get the purpose right. Your purpose should be strong, clear, pointed, and it should address the requirements of of your audience in front of you. For example, an example of a good purpose would be that you would say that at the end of my presentation, you would be able to do a sanity check on the testing tool which I'm going to present to you. So that would be a good purpose. The second element of the presentation is the letter A, which stands for the audience. All presentations are audience centered, period. It's as important as that. So, it's very important for you as a presenter to do an audience profile and come to know what exactly the audience is looking forward to in your presentation. And as part of the audience profiling, you must take on board the views of the key influencers who will be present in your presentation, and ensure that you engage them and interact with them and get their buy-in. That's extremely important for your presentation to be successful at the end. The next part of the iPACT framework is the letter C, which is the content, and this is where we spend, or you will spend, most of the time of your presentation in preparation. So how much of content to include is something very critical to decide. That will again be driven by the purpose of the presentation. And you have to take a call whether you should, how much of content to include, whether you should go broad or you should go deep. The suggestion is it's better to have 2 or 3 key points and go and deal with them in depth rather than try to cover too much of ground. And also make sure that you edit any content which does not support the objective of the presentation. You should not be having it at all in the content side. The last part of the iPACT framework is T, which stands for tools and techniques. This is where you round off the rough edges of the presentation. For example, you use very powerful visuals to engage the audience. You use the technique of what is called as the power of 3, have bullet points which are restricted to 3 points in a slide. Use pause effectively, and also add a short video to add variety and to engage the audience. So this, in short, is the iPACT framework. To recap, I for the presenter, P for the purpose, A for the audience, C for the content, and T for the tools and techniques. So go ahead, make use of this framework for your next presentation. See you with the next learning